By the way, you were asking about the Italian thing. Have you gotten your answer yet?
I have not gotten the answers about the Italian thing.
You've been watching me all day. Are you kidding? You haven't gotten the answer
You
yet?
didn't do shoulders. You just been doing hands. I'm talking about the shoulders.
Oh, well, that's the exaggeration, but there is that.
I see it. I've been seeing hands. I don't even talk with my hands, but I see the Italian with the hands and the hands and the hands.
You can't miss it too much.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Just because it's not waving like this, but I see it.
Everyday People podcast, making all the stereotypes right.
Correct.
Pizza, oven, pizza.
Likes pizza.
Fresh.
Won't shut up. Moves the hands. Dumb opinions about stupid shit nobody cares about. I do it all.
Dude.
But we didn't have watermelon and chicken
we didn't
together.
have watermelon and fried chicken today. No, that'll be.
Hey,
next
let me
time
ask
it
the
comes
two of
by.
you because
Yeah,
it is
go ahead.
Juneteenth. We should
It is Juneteenth.
spotlight that. We haven't talked about it at all.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
What
Juneteenth.
does it mean to each of you? I'm curious.
You want to go first, Phoebe?
Yes, I'll go first because it'll probably be quicker. So honestly, I didn't know. I had heard about Juneteenth growing up, but not really other than Juneteenth. I've heard that word, but that's all I heard. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I got to be an adult, just recently, to keep it real, just in the last few years, that I know what it actually stood for. That it was, to me, it means this was, well, you can put in the place of my African Americans' 4th of July. It was when the slaves were said to be free, but they were really free 2 years prior than 1863. It just took them 2 years to get the information from them, other people, because they didn't want to tell them, of course.
Right.
Keep them enslaved mentally is great too. But yeah, that's what I know is the actual date of the end of slavery. And that's why it was hard for me to do all those plays that I needed to do the costuming for, because they were all before that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't want to do that and that and that, because my people didn't really even exist during these times that I'm looking at. And hopefully they got the point. But yeah, that's what it means to me. Somewhat.
Very well said. More. No, I agree with you on everything you said, but my take on it is, and this is going to piss some people off.
Oh, good.
I don't talk about it damn near at all, because quite frankly, I wasn't taught much on it.
Neither was I. What a surprise.
Growing up in South Carolina, the land that is everywhere you go is plantations. Former plantation slave land. Everywhere you go in South Carolina, people do all these protests. Need to boycott so and so because this used to be slave land. I'm like, we're in South Carolina.
Everything is.
It's slave land. So there's that. But I think it carries a lot more weight when our fellow Caucasians here in this country can speak about this and try to raise awareness. More so than me, the bald-headed black dude, going on the screen and say, hey, we need to honor Juneteenth. People ain't gonna pay me any attention, bro. Unless it's the Lucky Grocery Store. People ain't gonna pay me any attention. But if there were more white people talking about this stuff, I think it'll carry a lot more weight. That's
or just opinion. Us that don't know a lot about it.
The fact that I didn't know squat about it.
I don't know squat about it
for most of my life,
or a lot of things. A lot of good things.
I mean, why was it not taught to me? I'm not speaking for you, but why wasn't it taught to me when I was in school?
There's a lot that wasn't, though. I didn't know about the Black Wall Street. There's so many things that weren't taught to us like that we got to.
And it's great that this stuff is being uncovered and put out to the wild for other people to know. But I want more white folks to come up, and if they believe in the equality, I want more white folks to come out and say, hey, this stuff needs to be known. Like the Tom Hanks interview where he talked about the Black Wall Street massacre.
He said he didn't
and
know
he
it.
had no idea about it.
He heard about all the other
And
ones
he's
he
like,
was
I'm
talking
Tom
about.
Hanks. And I ain't know nothing about this.
Yeah.
You know, that's a problem. So that's what I want. You know, so yeah, today at the time of this recording is Juneteenth Day, June 19th, 2025. And
We celebrate that.
I celebrate that, but I want more white folks to talk about it.
I'll tell you something interesting.
Okay.
I want more white folks to spread the word. I'll say that.
So this is something that I honestly don't know how to land on because I hear such different opinions on it. I actually thought about I'm very careful when I use any race that isn't white in some of my illustrations because I am aware of the idea of appropriation.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be appropriating anything,
Yeah.
but I also really don't know where that line is. So I had this thought to do something that said like overdue as far as Juneteenth, but I really didn't know what image to put with it because it's a black artist I think should do something like
Yeah.
that.
That's the thing. You're taking a risk putting that out there.
Yeah, because
some people that's not going to be Phoebe Pruitt or Aunt Pruitt are going to come at you and be like,
and not
"Well,
necessarily
you shouldn't-"
unfairly.
Right. Yeah.
But why is it okay the other way around then? Don't we have black artists that do white art?
No, what he's saying is appropriation. Okay. So we think about music, you know, and how people really get upset about the state of rock and roll and jazz and so forth. Okay. So now he's saying, take this art of his and talk about the importance of Juneteenth that's going to honor black people, you know, and potentially some black people are going to take offense to him doing that and saying, hey, somebody else should get recognized for this art, not you. That's what he's saying.
And I don't necessarily disagree. I do think that there is, and this is just my opinion, so anybody can disagree with this, it's fine. But I don't get as upset as some people at the appropriation thing. There's some people who are like, what, you can't do any art that isn't, you know, your own people. Well, okay, that's not what they're saying.
Yeah.
Number one, you are boiling that down so that you can just get angry about something that you just don't want to engage
with. That's the line. Exactly. That is the line, unfortunately. And that's the nature. That's the nature of our society nowadays, because everybody is hyper angry and hypersensitive about things. And I don't always agree with it, but
yeah. But on the other side,
sometimes I see where they're coming from.
I've had people say things like, because I did an image that was of, it was a black cosmonaut. And I did that.
Shout out to Tanya Wyman, by the way, speaking of cosmonauts. Okay, sorry.
Oh, no, I love space stuff, Tanya. I love it. But that was based on Sun Ra, who is one of the most wonderful individuals you could ever read about. If you don't know who Sun Ra is, go look him up. Go listen to his music. That dude was amazing. But I did it based on this movie, and I actually worried about posting it because I'm like, I'm selling a T-shirt with it.
Yeah.
Is that crossing that line? I mean, right. I know, or at least I hope that it would come across that it's a celebration of one of the most wonderfully creative and weird people ever lived.
Yeah, but why is this white man or Italian man profiting?
I don't know. That's tough.
That's what
but if he has the eye, if he has the eye and he's seeing it with his eye, that's how he sees it, and if it's great, then I don't know.
That's exactly what we're saying.
That's
it's
like me,
and we don't know.
I'm making white female planter heads.
Yeah,
and it takes me. I'm in there mixing paint so that they don't look green and all these different things. Yeah. And but you know.
Oh, Cinder Fractal.
I don't know a lot about
There's
that.
There's the word. Thank you, Cinder Fractal.
Slippery slope.
Thank you, Cinder Fractal.
And I'll be honest, some of why I felt comfortable with this is because I'm not a big time artist. I'm not making millions. Yeah. If I was, and I posted that, and I was selling a mint.
Yeah, somebody's trying to cancel you.
Yeah, not even. No. Well, not even. I mean, sure, but I would understand if a struggling black artist who's been making Sun Ra art for 20 years.
I see.
Made nothing, and then some. You know,
yeah, I see what you
comes
mean.
along and makes $2 million off it, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, Joe T, I'm the same way. You can tell. It would be if I was to try to sit here and talk like this, you'd just see my arms just like struggling.
Josie in the chat says, I couldn't talk if you held my hand.
Right. I mean, this is true. It's actually really hard for me to sit. When I do my show, I'm standing the whole time.
Yeah,
I
you
move.
do stand, yeah.
To sit like this is actually really weird because I feel like I'm sinking. But
I want to stand up too, just because it stretches you out.
well, there's that too.
No, y'all can keep that.
But
I'm going to stay at this damn desk.
But that is the thing that I really did struggle with that one. And there's another one I did that I posted, which is I did I saw this picture of some young black, I think, hairdresser.
Yeah.
Had the wildest hair. And I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is a fucking look.
Yeah.
So I took that and I made an interpretation of the X-Men character Bishop where I had the M on his face and I had all this like Kirby crackle around him and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And there too, I'm sitting there going, well, if he were to see that and I'm selling a shirt and he emailed me and said, hey, I don't appreciate that, I think I'd have to take it down.
Yeah.
Because it is, I mean, I don't know that you would necessarily, because I don't think he's a celebrity or anything. He just happened to be in this magazine. I saw.
There are rules on name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
You know, there are rules on that. So.
So I would hope that he would see it and say, wow, holy shit, this guy made me into Bishop because Bishop's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but you don't know.
But I don't know.
You don't know.
And it's tricky.
Yeah.
And again, I think one of the reasons I'm sort of happy I'm not like a superstar artist is because I'm like, okay, well, I would hope that people would be more understanding than if I'm sitting out here, you know, making $2 million. Mm-hmm. You know, like the what do you call it? The Obama poster that the guy basically did a quick Photoshop filter on.
Yeah, with it's just like 3 colors. Yeah. Yeah, but that thing is freaking world renowned.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But because it's Barack Obama,
yeah, it's because
I don't think anybody cares because like, hey, he was president.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think he's going to get miffed about a poster that probably was something that energized people.
Yeah.
But if he was a small starving artist who'd been trying to sell similar prints, and then suddenly this thing took off, would that discussion be the same? I don't think so, and it shouldn't be.
Oh, dude,
it's tricky, but there is a point where you have to say, you know, there are images where, you know, there's times where I've thought of reaching out to people and saying, hey, I will give you the money from this, but I think we need to promote it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how people receive that either, so I haven't done it. But I'm just like, you know, if somebody actually got upset, I wouldn't have any problem donating money and that type of thing because there is a responsibility there. If you are utilizing something.
That could be something you get hit with is if you're making sales off of these black people or black likenesses or what have you, you should donate to the United Negro College Fund a couple percentage or something, you know. I don't know. That stuff could happen, you know, because we're a litigious
Fortunately,
society.
I haven't made too many sales on them, so it's not been a concern.
We're a litigious society, you know.
I wish
you know, but
there is no one answer either. I mean, there is no one answer.
There is.
No, I wish I had the money to buy you out of your art.
Thank you. I hope you get that money very soon. Very soon.
Seriously,
Shit,
it'd be
me
like,
too.
okay, here you go.
Me too.
I just need this, and this. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, okay, I can do it. That's what I'm ready. I'm ready to get to that. So you can make all the black art.
I'm ready to take that money.
You can make all the black art of me. I will take it.
Yeah, I like how you're thinking. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what's up.